When you said that, it made me think about people wanting these big goals like abs or, just, slim body, beach body ready.
Yep.
And really what it really comes down to is just being able to say,
yeah,
and not feel pain and not be hindered or not have life or not feel like you can't do life the way you want to do life.
Exactly. So it's not always about the big grand adventures, right? Climbing some huge mountain. Sometimes it's just like, let's get our functional life down. Like, can we go to the grocery store? Can we, do like golf on the weekend without injuring ourselves? Is there some, just a normal quality of life, Can we avoid slips and falls as we age?
Right.
Let's get our stability down and our function down and have a great life.
Be limitless. Limitless. Started up, we finish. Limitless. Never running out of energy. Limitless. Keep it going till we finish. Keep it going till we finish. Keep it going, I am limitless.
Yeah, man. Welcome to another episode of the Be Limitless Today podcast. I am your host, Jarvis Cobb, and we are here with a very special guest today. I mean, this is someone who have pushed past the limits of what she had to deal with and then turned into an entire business that's helping others do the same. We have Ms. Carlin Soelberg. How are you doing today?
Doing fabulous. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you for having me in the gym.
Thank you for
This is
having us.
a beautiful location, and I'm sure you're going to be doing some great things here.
Thank you.
So just to get into your story a little bit, I know you were telling me about it just now, but just tell me what got you here? What got you to start a gym and to open something for other people to come to?
Yeah, so that was this Empowered Fitness and Recovery was born out of my own frustrations.
Yeah.
So I've had 5 foot surgeries and had a lot of recovery issues from that and struggles finding proper care. So that was part of my journey. Another part of my journey was that I had some issues with my shoulder and with my knee, and I struggled to find a personal trainer who was good enough to produce results and work around my limitations. So I finally found Tony, who is the director of fitness here.
You say you went through 6?
6 personal trainers.
Like, what is the process behind that? That when you told me that, I was like, how do you even keep going after that? Somebody get discouraged super easily if they get through 1 or 2, and then you just 6.
True. I'm a firm believer that there's always a way. So I continue until I find the answer.
Wow.
So it was an interesting journey, and I learned a lot along the way. And then that is going to allow me and Tony to help others, as they are progressing in their journey. So
what do you feel people don't really understand about their recovery process?
That a lot of the gains come from recovery. That I think sometimes we're so, no pain, no gain. And so we get it locked into our head that we just have to keep pushing and pushing. But it is so important to, get that parasympathetic system activated and to take rest and give our mind a break and give our muscles a break. And so finding things like cold plunge and infrared sauna that can reduce inflammation and help with muscle recovery and rejuvenate.
Yeah. So how would you define a successful recovery then?
Taking one. Taking one is important. Whether that's 10 minutes of meditation or, doing something a little more advanced. And that's throughout the day. Recovery throughout the day to get through our busy lives is super important. We have so many things coming at us all the time, and we're in this responsive mode.
Yeah.
So to really be able to take a time out mentally and physically helps you with everything else in your life.
So I know I struggle with it as well, but people may think slowing down is boring.
Yeah.
They don't want to take that break. They don't want to do the meditation. Why do you think some people view recovery as a boring or frustrating process?
I think especially in the United States, I think we're conditioned from media and everything else to just think that any downtime is being lazy.
Yeah.
And we've been raised that way, unfortunately. And now I think it's finally getting a voice. Recovery is getting a voice. Meditation is becoming more popular. Yoga is always fabulous, but I think it's gaining more awareness as well, and different types of yoga. Restorative yoga is a great reboot, great for recovery.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried yoga once. My toes cramped up and I just have not been back. I really did. I shouldn't give up that quick, but it's the truth.
We could probably teach you a couple
Oh,
techniques.
I appreciate that. What do you say to people that say, I'll let my body just heal on its own. I'll just rest. I don't need to do all the extra stuff. It'll just be time, but I'll just let it heal.
Sometimes that can work. Pay attention to your body. Really tune in and listen to it. Is it a minor issue? Is it something that could, is it a hangnail that will heal
right,
and
yes.
it's going to be fine? Or is it something that's maybe in your lower back or in your ankle? And maybe it could be more significant if not taken care of. So it's kind of like your internal medicine.
Mm-hmm.
When you're dealing with an injury or a limitation, you want to make sure that it is addressed and that you have proper medical attention to it, which is also a struggle to find sometimes. Finding the right care for exactly what you need. A lot of times diagnosing the issue is more than half the battle. And then knowing that you're with the right person to take care of whatever that issue is.
And with diagnosing that issue, can you speak to the mindset that actually influence someone's recovery, their physical recovery?
A lot of what we have in our lives is because of what we believe, whether we believe good things or whether we believe bad things, right? We're putting it out there in the universe, even if it's just in our minds.
Yes.
So whatever it is that we're thinking definitely has a big impact on that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know some people just the mindset around, like you said, taking the time out or even searching for someone to diagnose them, or even going into a hospital. Like people just scared of going to take the test.
Yeah.
They just almost like out of sight, out of mind. If I don't know, then it's not as bad as I'm scared that it is.
That's true. Years ago, I actually had a dentist who told me that he always would give the advice to his kids, go to the doctor and have it checked first, because you'd rather be told now that it's something small than finding out later it was something big and you could have done something about it.
Yeah.
And that always stuck with me.
Yeah, my wife's big on that too.
Preventative care.
Yeah, she pushes me to go, and then she'll just call us at the appointment like, hey, you have to be here in 10 days. Oh, fantastic. Oh, man.
But and part of the recovery is that kind of falls in line with it, right? You are taking care of your body as you go. And the more muscle recovery that you can get, it helps to prevent injury.
Yeah.
So they kind of go hand in hand.
Let's kind of get into the recovery that you guys offer.
Sure.
So I know the red light therapy, is a big one.
Yeah.
So kind of speak to the benefits of that, speak to kind of the science of that, if you know some background.
So red light therapy, proper red light therapy, really good infrared and near infrared light waves have so many benefits. It reduces inflammation. It's great for cognitive function. It helps to release melatonin, so it does improve sleep. It's great for neuropathy, anything with like nerve damage, diabetes care. It's really all encompassing. It addresses, we have the full body and face unit, and it addresses every cell in your body. And then when it's coupled with like a fitness program and nutrition, it can really help people to drop the weight faster.
Nice.
Because after even just a 20-minute session with the red light, it drains the fat cells, and then we're able to shake it, sweat it, or like flush it out with water. So it's great.
And then you have the sauna that has the red light in there as well.
One of our saunas has red light therapy in it as well, so you kind of get a twofer. You can get an infrared sauna with red light therapy. And then our contrast room, we've got a cold plunge.
Yes.
With a
I'm very used to those.
It's great for recovery. You had these surgeries.
Yes.
How often were you in them?
I was in there 4 times a week. I was in the trainer's office at least. So 4 to 5 times a week. And then she made me do it after every session.
Okay.
So.
And how long did you build up?
I think 6 minutes.
Nice.
was the top.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It was,
For the first time, and for anybody who hasn't done it, if you've never done it and you get in there, it's like 52 degrees.
Oh,
and that sounds like it's not freezing, but it's going to feel freezing.
oh, it's rough. It's rough. I had to put the little pads on my toes because my toes was like, it was rough, man. So
But
cold.
15 seconds, you're really doing well
Yeah.
if you can get 15
Yeah.
seconds your first time.
But you do feel amazing afterward. Like,
it is, the alertness.
yes.
And the pain reduction.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's, you have 3 nurses.
3 knee surgeries. Yep. Tore the ACL twice, tore the calf muscle, the meniscus,
Wow.
the ACL, MCL. That's what. So ACL, MCL, calf muscle, and meniscus.
Wow.
Playing basketball.
Playing basketball.
Yeah. Played football my whole life. Went
Yeah.
to college to play basketball. Tore my knee twice and then tore it again after. So I just couldn't give up.
Yeah, see? Mindset.
Yeah, exactly. What do you wish more people asked you during the first session?
First session of recovery.
Yes.
What they can do at home to further their recovery and their progress. Because we have we don't always have to spend a lot of money or go to places and do it. We can take care of ourselves in small ways throughout the day for free.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of making it a routine and making it a habit.
Just to give them a quick tip, what's one thing that they could do at home?
You can foam roll. You can use therapy balls and roll your fascia out that way. You can, like I said, meditate. That's a big one.
Yeah.
You can do just a couple of yoga moves from a YouTube video, right? Like there's
resources everywhere.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
There's resources everywhere. And there's definitely things that we can all do to improve our day, to improve our week, and improve our life.
And then how do you help people measure progress when it feels slow or invisible to them?
So we normally, when we intake someone, when we first start working with a client, we have we want to assess their goals, right? What is it that they're looking for? Do they have any limitations? Do they have, a run coming up? Maybe they have something that a specific goal that they're working towards. We've got one young lady who's still in high school and she wants her high jump to be improved. So, we identify the goal, but then we also always have them fill out an intake form so that we know, what is your sleep like? Scale of 1 to 10, really easy stuff.
Yeah.
But then that way we measure along the way, because if you don't measure, you can't manage. Right. So then we just figure out where they're at and help them progress.
Yes. And then what did you find about your process that might have felt slow or frustrating that you had to fight through? So much.
With the foot surgeries, I've been blessed up to the point where I had foot surgeries and I didn't have experience with surgeries. So there were questions that I didn't know to ask. And I wasn't recommended to get physical therapy after my surgeries.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. So,
and that was after 4 surgeries with the same surgeon. And after a year and my big toes couldn't move still, I did, and this was during COVID, I decided to take it upon myself finally and just go and see a physical therapist and see who could help me, because I knew it wasn't right, but I wasn't getting proper direction either. And then when I requested physical therapy, I got pushed back on that after the amount of time. So advocating for yourself is a big deal. Make sure you do it. If you think something's wrong, it probably is. So go and find out. So I had a great physical therapist who was able to help me with that. And then actually within the last 2 weeks, I had further progress still, because my yoga teacher trainer, Joy Antipau, she gave me some special moves to do with a rolling technique on my fascia on my feet. And it gave me more movement than I've had in the last 6 years. So,
wow. So were you hindered walking? Were you limping? What was your day to day?
I could certainly function.
Yes.
I wasn't thriving.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to do a significant amount of workouts. So Tony had to work a lot around, the ways that I would work different muscles. Yeah. But I was determined to find a way, and so was he. And so we did. But the more movement that I am getting back in my feet, now I'm able to do more yoga moves. I'm able to, do more fitness moves. Everything is still coming, but that's just kind of another message. Don't ever give up.
Yeah.
Like if you
I was just going to ask, how long has this been for you?
Yeah, 6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
Wow.
And I'm still getting movement back. So it's, to me, there is always an answer. You can always find a way. So just keep pushing towards it, get the right people around you to help you progress, and you can.
Wow. And then a couple more questions. What's your message to someone who feels stuck in their recovery journey right now?
Patience.
Yeah.
Patience is important, right?
Yeah.
But keeping your eye on the prize. What is it that you do want to get out of it? What is the quality of life that you're looking for? Are you willing to work for it? Because if you are, you can have it.
And if recovery had a slogan or a mindset mantra, what would yours be? I'm finally relief.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I love
I'll
it.
have to think on that one. That would be cute.
Yeah.
I'll have to think on that. But that's good. Yeah.
Just people. I'm thinking, like, when you said that, it made me think about people wanting these big goals like abs or, just, slim body, beach body ready.
Yep.
And really what it really comes down to is just being able to say,
yeah,
and not feel pain and not be hindered or not have life or not feel like you can't do life the way you want to do life.
Exactly. So it's not always about the big grand adventures, right? Climbing some huge mountain. Sometimes it's just like, let's get our functional life down. Like, can we go to the grocery store? Can we, do like golf on the weekend without injuring ourselves? Is there some, just a normal quality of life, Can we avoid slips and falls as we age? Right. Let's get our stability down and our function down and have a great life.
So just to recap, with Empowered Fitness and Recovery, you have the red lights on, you have the red light therapy. What was the leg machines that I saw?
Oh, the Normatec compression therapy.
Yeah.
We've got the leg sleeves. Have you ever done that?
I have.
Okay.
And it helps with circulation.
Oh yeah. It's great for circulation.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know a little bit. Yeah.
Good job. It is. It's great for circulation. It's we use it a lot on runners.
Okay.
But it is for anybody, and you can do 15-minute sessions, half hour. It just depends.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then I know you were speaking about possibly going into or bringing in physical therapy at some point.
Yeah.
Like kind of speak to your mindset around that. What's your vision for that so people can know what they can expect?
Yeah. So we are in the process of interviewing for massage therapists and physical therapists and possibly a chiropractor. So there's definitely more to come.
Yeah.
We are always looking for new ways that we can help. And especially bring it under one roof so that people don't have to go chasing, a whole bunch of places. So we want to be able to help as many people as we can, as quickly as we can.
Awesome. Well, tell the people where they can find you. Tell them the social media. Tell them the website.
Yeah, that's great. Empowered Fitness and Recovery. It is I think the handle is at Empowered Fitness Recovery without the and. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, we're everywhere. And then we are in Arlington Heights, Illinois. So we're just north of Euclid Avenue behind the One Arlington and Peyton Place condos.
Nice. Yeah. Man, well, this has been fantastic information, man. If you've ever felt stuck, if you ever felt frustrated, hopefully you got some good information here and now you have a place you can come to get past that frustration. And remember, don't wait for life to crash before you make the new habits, all right? And until next time, be limitless today.
Be limitless today.
Coming to get it and pushing the limits. You better pray we ain't come to play. Went on a mission, you tunnel your vision. Now I can't hear what a hater say. Didn't believe they didn't.